Welcome again, guys. You know I'm your girl, Lisa B, and it is time for Jumpstart Monday. Listen, this is the beginning of the week, and we're excited about what the week is going to bring. So I want you to invite some other people into our space where we get some information, our space where we are motivated, where we get tips, where we get tools, so we can become a better version of ourselves. Again, it's Jumpstart Monday, and I'm your girl, Lisa B. So listen, today I want to talk to you about let's not give ourselves another pass. Let's not give ourselves another pass. So what I mean by that is it's very easy to decide, I'm going to let myself slide on that. So let me give you an example of me. So I talk about the weight loss journey quite a bit. It's one of my challenges. And so I joined a program, and listen, I was doing the doggone thing. Do you hear what I'm saying? You couldn't tell me nothing. And then I slid into this space of not following all the guidelines. And I began to look at the fact that my results were different. And you know what I did? I gave myself a pass. Now, I'm not talking about grace. What I'm talking about is I gave myself a pass and just said, you know what, child, forget that. I'm going to come back to it later on. But that's not what I said I wanted to do. That's not who I said I wanted to be. Many times we're giving ourselves a pass on being great. We will see other people, they have their dreams, and they are bright. They are doing the doggone thing. And we give ourselves a pass on being great. I want you to understand that greatness on the inside of you is meant to shine as well. What has happened sometimes is that we've decided we're just going to put a blanket over the light. But what I need you to know is your light needs to shine. Somebody needs to see that, and you've got to decide, you know what, I'm going to stop giving myself a pass. I'm going to stop allowing myself just to settle. I'm going to stop saying mediocre will do when greatness is my portion. So you might say, well, Lisa B, I'm challenged in that area. Many of us are. And so we have to recognize what is causing us to shrink away from the light. What is causing us to shrink away from going to the next level, from being better. And so one of the things is this: it is a lack of confidence. And we have a lack of confidence because we haven't put in the work, right, to become a better version. So if we say, for example, that we want to be a better singer, well, we're going to need to rehearse. Well, perhaps we're going to need to hire someone to tutor us in that area. So there's a lack of confidence. So when opportunities come, then we can't be great because we're not ready. There's a lack of confidence because we didn't prepare. So what you do when the doors are closed, what you do when the lights are not shining on you, what you do when no one else is looking, this is what builds your confidence. So I want to encourage you on today, get confident in that space by doing the work before the opportunity comes. I'm still talking about not giving yourself an opportunity to pass on being great, because you are great. The next thing you have to do is you're going to have to, you have to beat down this thing called fear. Now, fear is an emotion that we all experience, and I'm not saying that it's not going to come, because it will, but you have to learn how to really manage this thing called fear. They talk about it being false evidence of things appearing real. False evidence of things appearing real. So what shows up is the quick heartbeat. What shows up is the sweaty palms, or maybe you might get even a little bit nauseous or something like that. All these physical signs show up in your body because fear is saying you can't do it. Fear is saying you can't be great. Fear is saying back up because you might fail. But what you have to do is, again, decide that you're not going to walk in a spirit of fear. I began to think about the lady, Queen Esther. What she did was she stepped out anyway. Do you think that she wasn't afraid? I think that she was perhaps afraid. When you think about somebody like Bill Gates, when you begin to think about people, the guy who runs Amazon or created Amazon, think about all the great people in the world. Think about even T.D. Jakes. Think about Oprah. Do you not think that they felt fear as well? They felt the fear. But they decided this: I'm not going to give myself a pass on being great. You have to make that conscious decision. What is it that you can do to overcome the fear? Begin to walk anyway. And yes, you might not see the full way. Maybe the step is not there. But what I believe is this: as you begin to walk, the way will appear. So this is one of the ways we can overcome that fear. We have to come back with that thing that I call courage. Courage to do it anyway. So that is another step that we can take so that we don't give ourselves a pass on being great. And finally, I would say it's important that we're not lazy. Sometimes we just don't want to do the work. Let's tell the whole truth. It's a lot easier for me to turn on my TV and binge on a 7-series episode of whatever it might be and spend days on end just watching it. And then when it's over, basically what I've done is I've just used up some of my life, because you know I tell you, time is life, right? And nothing has been accomplished. But sometimes I know we need breaks, but we don't need 2, 3, 4 days of breaks. We don't need every weekend of break. If we're gonna be great, we have to have some sacrifice. And it's really easy, like I said, just to kind of fall into that trap. But I want you to encourage yourself to get up from right where you are. Get up and start making some moves. Get up and say, you know what, I'm turning this TV off. I have to be great. I am great. I must accomplish my goals. So you have to determine that you're just not going to stay in that space. It's easy to fall into it. Like I said it 3 or 4 times. It is. But you can win in this battle. You can do this thing. So I want to encourage you on today. Don't give yourself a pass on being great. Don't give yourself a pass on that. Your greatness is something that you need to bring to the world. So I want to give you an affirmation that you can use. Now, you've heard of affirmations before. These are these phrases that we say about ourselves, and they start with 2 words. I am. And you know what the third part is? Great. Tell yourself, I am great. Begin to get in the mirror, write it on a card. As you begin to say the affirmation, begin to believe the affirmation, and then, you know what I tell you all the time, your actions will align with what you're saying, and then you're going to see the greatness. So I want to encourage you on today. Again, don't give yourself a pass on being great. You are great, and don't forget your affirmation. What is it? I am great. Listen, this is your girl, Lisa B, the Life Changer. I've enjoyed my time with you for Jumpstart Monday. So listen, go and be great.